This lantern slide shows us Red House, sometimes referred to as Red Hall as well. This wonderful building stood off Low Road at Atkinson Hill and dates to about 1630. What's remarkable about it is that it is almost the identical same building as Red Hall, which was constructed in Leeds in 1628 by John Metcalfe under bailiff of the town. Today that site's occupied by the Schofield Centre. Now this house is strikingly similar in design to that. So it must be from around that same period. Now we don't know who built this wonderful hall. Alf Mattison, the Edwardian historian of Hunslet, originally thought that this had been constructed by the Kitchingman family, but in his archive he writes that and then puts a huge line through it. John Killingbeck, the Victorian historian of Hunslet, he wrote to the owners of that building at the time, who allowed him to contact their solicitors. And what those solicitors did was they went back to their deeds. Now, their deeds did not go back to the 1630s, but what it did show was that in the latter part of the 17th century, it had been purchased by a Mr. Ralph Spencer, a Leeds merchant, son of Robert Spencer, a wax chandler of London. When he died in 1707, the property was then given to George Spencer, an eminent wool stapler, who lived there until his death in 1779. Now, after that date, unfortunately, the building began to be subdivided. And by the latter part of the 19th century, you can see that it had become a working men's home. It provided cheap accommodation for itinerant workers. And you can see that sign there advertising these rooms to rent in the background. Fortunately, like many of the slides I've talked about today, this too was demolished.
Well,